everyone, and welcome back to the Workbench. Today I'm going to be bringing you my review of the Sauer P320 compact pistol. Before we get started, of course, let's show that everything's unloaded. And I actually have the case here for you because I kind of want to show you what comes in the SIG P320 case. This is a very popular gun right now, and this is the compact model, which I think is even more popular than the full size. But this is what it basically looks like when you get it, when you open it up. It does come with a cutout for a flashlight, empty chamber indicator, spare magazine. Everything comes in this nice plastic here. Also, it comes with a lock and a holster. So let's go ahead and get the pistol and the holster out here. And this holster is actually a standard paddle holster, so it'll clip over any belt, and it looks like it works up to about just shy of a 2-inch belt. I would say maybe 1.75 inches. It is a simple retention holster with an adjustment screw right here, so you can adjust the tension. So that's really what comes in the box. So let's set this aside and talk about the pistol. So the SIG Sauer P320 Compact, the MSRP on this gun is $649. The lowest that I could find it right now is $499 with an average price of right around $579 as of April 2016. This is a semi-automatic striker-fired pistol. It, of course, is compact, has it in the name. It is chambered in 9x19 Luger or 9mm. Average cost for that ammunition is 27 cents a round for a decent training ammo, full metal jacket, and about 79 cents a round for a good personal defense. Of course, let's show that this firearm is completely unloaded as we handle it here. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber, and of course, no ammunition present on the workbench. This firearm is made, the frame anyway, from a black polymer, and the slide is a nitron-coated stainless steel, both in a matte finish. The weight of the unloaded gun is 22.87 ounces. Weight of the empty magazine, 2.9 ounces. The weight of the unloaded gun with the empty magazine, 25.77. Weight of a full mag comes in at 5.55 ounces, and really what you got to concern yourself with is the carry weight. So completely loaded gun plus one in the chamber, you're looking at 28.79 ounces. Overall length of the gun as measured from the muzzle, and in this case actually the front of the guide rod here to the back of the frame, comes in at 7.23 inches. Overall height as measured from the bottom of the magazine to the top of the sights comes in at 5.25 inches. Overall width of the slide, 1.05 inches. Overall width of the grip, 1.3 inches. Widest part of the gun is 1.31 inches, and that is actually right here at the magazine release area. Barrel length is 3.69 inches, although on the website they claim 3.9. I was measuring this with a calibrator, came in at 3.69 inches. Magazine capacity is 15 rounds. Trigger pull weight comes in right at 6 pounds as measured on this pistol. And in fact, on the website they claim it's anywhere between 5.5 and 7.5 pounds, so it seems like this one is on the lower side. It is a very nice double action only trigger, as you can see there. Really not a whole lot of trigger travel involved. The sights are a 3-dot drift adjustable front and a windage adjustable rear. The sights are made out of polymer, though you can upgrade to the night sights. Safeties on this are, according to the SIG website, there are 5 safeties on this. Now, you're probably looking at it and going, well, I don't see a single safety on that, not even a trigger safety. Well, they're saying there's a striker safety, a disconnect safety, there are tab triggers and magazine disconnect safeties available as well. Intended purpose for this firearm, well, concealment. I mean, it's compact. It says so right there. SIG P320 compact. So it's intended for concealment, which is personal defense or home defense. You can also use these in competition. The full-size model is more frequent in competition, but there's nothing wrong with using something like this in, say, an IDPA or something like that. Unique features. Well, there's a nice Picatinny rail up here, actually a 4-position Picatinny rail. Ambidextrous slide stop, of course, as you can see here. There are front and rear slide serrations as standard on this. So if you're doing a press check or something like that, there are nice serrations up front, and they're angled in such a manner that if you were doing a press check, really work to your advantage versus perfectly vertical slide serrations. And according to the website, there are also some interchangeable polymer grips for this. Options, again, as I mentioned, night sights straight from the factory. This also comes in a variety of different calibers, and you can opt to buy models that are of a different color. Accessory availability, well, really, anything that mounts to a Picatinny rail, you can slap it right on here. There really isn't a whole lot else going on in the accessory market for these as of yet, but I'm sure there will be plenty of options available to you if you went to a local gunsmith. So what do I think about the SIG P320? Well, I think first and foremost that it has a very nice trigger. The trigger itself, it's nice and short, and I like for a pistol, a striker fire pistol, I like a nice short trigger. And this one, total trigger travel is that. I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of trigger travel there. The reset is very nice as well. There it is. So there, you don't have to let it back out too far for that reset to take effect. The recoil on this is very manageable, but it does recoil heavier than similar SIG pistols of the same size that are hammer fired, and I believe that's because this is a polymer frame and it's a little more lightweight, so you actually get a little bit more of a recoil impulse, felt recoil impulse, than you would on a heavier pistol. But there's nothing wrong with the recoil of this firearm at all. In fact, I think it's a very sweet shooter. This, of course, has incredibly simple disassembly, which I'll demonstrate for you here. Magazine out, lock the slide to the rear, rotate your takedown lever like such, so it's about 7 o'clock position, and then simply move the slide forward and it comes right off. And as you can see in here, very simple design, not a whole lot going on. Even in the frame itself, there really isn't a whole lot going on. Now this one, unlike its aluminum framed brethren, the slide does not ride on rails that are the full length of the frame. Instead, there are just some inserts here. But that's not a bad thing. Obviously, there are many firearms on the market today that operate very similarly. I'm not certain that the grip angle on this SIG is any different from, say, a 1911, but it just feels a little different in the hand. It feels like you're holding it more straight up and down, and I think that is because it doesn't have such a pronounced hump in the back to fill your palm swell, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have a very pronounced one, and I think that leads toward the perception of having a more vertical grip angle. However, this gun is incredibly comfortable in the hand. All of the buttons are very easy to reach. I like this triangular shaped magazine release, and of course it's you don't have to depress it very far to pop the magazine out, and when you do, these magazines come flying right out. So the springs in here are very nice as well. Just a very well made gun. It just feels good in the hand. It's a little bit lighter than the hammer fired options that SIG offers. The trigger is a little different obviously as well, but I don't know that I would choose this trigger over, say, a double single action trigger from a 226 or a 229, but the 320 has a very nice trigger, consistent at 6 pounds all day long. Really, for the price point of this gun, even MSRP $649, I think it's a great deal. If you can beat a price point of about $580, you're doing pretty good, and your money well spent. I think this gun is incredibly well made. It's incredibly accurate too, even just out of the box. I normally shoot left. I did shoot this one a little left, but I ran the tennis ball drill that day. I was able to take everything out and kind of compare everything from a full size and 15 round capacity or greater standpoint, and this P320 performed very well. It was able to hit a tennis ball at 10 yards. So incredibly good gun. I think if you are looking to spend your money on a SIG P320, especially the compact model, you really can't go wrong. I think it's a great option. So with that, I will say thank you all very much for watching. I will talk to you again very soon.